Mga ka-amigos, ka-amigas, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk about the basics of creative writing. This is a sequel to my basics of creative writing short course, which was previously published on YouTube. I think it was 2 days ago. Okay? This is a continuation of my basics of creative writing short course. Okay. Today, I will be discussing with you how to develop proficiency in the native or English language, depending on which medium you prefer. Okay? This is I will give suggestions on how you can improve your grammar in the chosen language, whether English or Tagalog or other native language. Okay? Visual arts uses the power of drawing, while writing uses the power of words. Both are media of communication, but the former requires more interpretation. Okay? Mas hayag ang written word kesa visual, yung illustration. Okay? How do you develop proficiency in the native or English language? Here are some suggestions. Schedule a minimum of 1 hour viewing a YouTube video of your choice. Pay attention to how the actors speak and their diction. You might as well pay attention to their acting if you wish to develop your own. For now, you have the liberty to choose the YouTube video you want. But if you want to be a serious writer, then you must observe the prescribed rules, which I will discuss later. Try to review your chosen. Okay, here's another way of developing your proficiency. Schedule a minimum of 1 hour reading a book of your choice. Note down the unfamiliar words and look them up on the dictionary. Try to do a review of your chosen. Afterwards, try to do a review of your chosen YouTube video. Highlight its unique, competitive, and selling points. In what areas does it stand out? In terms of presentation, relevance, easy to understand, overall performance. In other words, yung packaging. Do the same thing with your chosen book. It could help if you give a synopsis. Okay? Okay. Watch out for my sequel to this Basics of Creative Writing 2, which is about copywriting. Okay, I will teach you a few copywriting styles which you can adopt. Okay? Kasi ito nga video, you highlight its unique, competitive, and selling points. But in copywriting, it could be indirect or direct. Depende yun sa hinihingi ng client. O yung suggestion ng client. Okay? Blog, vlog, journal, or always keep a dictaphone handy. Okay? No one will stop you from pleasure writing. This is a free country after all. And pleasure writing is still considered draining. Next, how to develop proficiency in the native or English language, improving your grammar in the chosen language, part 2. Okay, this is the second part, a continuation of the first part. Start with something as simple such as writing your own recipe. Your very own recipe, okay? Writing a recipe is your stepping stone to train yourself on logical sequence. Once you finish writing your recipe, email me at aw_sikat@yahoo.com and we might just compile a collection of homemade recipes book. We will share royalties from the published book. Another way to improve your proficiency is to note down your favorite quotations and sayings and come up with your own which is related to the noted quotation or saying. In other words, add an anecdote. Why is that quotation or saying especially meaningful to you? What particular event or situation reminds you of that quotation or saying? Who are the particular characters involved? Once you finish with your anecdote, you may email it to me at aw_sikat@yahoo.com and we might just come up with a compilation of original anecdotes to be published. So, listan nyo na yung mga favorite quotations nyo and sayings. Then come up with your own anecdote related to your favorite quotation and sayings. Okay? Now, for serious writers, you must know that writing is a discipline. Writing is a discipline. As a discipline and being prescribed, you need to follow the rules. This will make your story more comprehensive and have a focus. Since it's a discipline, you cannot write on a whim. Okay? Writing is like developing a product to be released on the market. You do a survey on what your target audience needs or wants, but you must specialize on that product for it to be developed or improved. Kailangan may expertise kayo sa product na yon o sa topic na isusulat nyo. Kailangan forte nyo or else mahirap. Okay? Once you develop the product you weigh the pros and cons of your product. You try to make your product stand out from the rest in terms of quality or affordability or feasibility. Then you plan for its packaging for your target audience to notice it. Okay? This principle applies to all skills and talents where you need to do research, study, and practice. Ito. Okay? Because you are developing a product, you need to outline your steps and check your resources, innate and physical or material, if they're available to prevent setbacks or failure. Okay? Compared to blog, vlog, and free flow writing, if you want to earn from writing, you have to observe the prescribed rules. There are rules to follow. May mga hinihingi yung client. Pag prescribed, yun ang mga requirements. Know your target audience demographics, part 1. Okay, before we go that, a little advertisement. Here's my Shopee store, okay, on call. I sell second-hand, I sell my pre-loved and second-hand items there. So you might want to check it out. Okay? You could also find, you can find the link to my Shopee store on my blog. Okay. When you're going to write, you have to know your target audience and demographics. What is the age bracket? 1. Kids. Choose, okay? Ano ba to? Anong requirement ng paper mo? Kids, 7 to 12 years old. Adolescents, 13 to 17 years old. Young adults, 18 to 25 years old. Adults, the starting legitimate age, marrying age, 26 to 30 years old. Older adults, 31 to 59 years old. Seniors, 60 years and above. Okay? This is aside from the location. Okay? Language, familiarity, or proficiency. Ano ba yung saan ba familiar na language yung target or just mo? So, national language, dialect, English. Or English. At saan ba sila din? Ano bang pamilyar na wika sa kanila? Tagalog or English or yung dialect nila? Gender. I forgot to mention here the location. If it's in Southeast Asia, Philippines, then Metro Manila. Where in Metro Manila? Kung sa Quezon City, what part of Quezon City? Okay? Gender, heterosexual, male or female, homosexual, bisexual. Profession, pupil, student, brown worker, blue-collared worker, white-collared worker. Unang-una, kailangan alam nyo talaga yung before anything else, yung location. Yun ang pinaka-importante. I forgot to write that down. Yan, profession, pupil, student, brown worker, blue-collared worker, white-collared worker. Profession, pupil, student, public or private, specific location, population, income bracket. Profession, what specific profession? Does it require specific skills? Civil status, single parent, married, living in, separated, widow, single but ready to mingle. Income bracket, class A, B, C, D, E. Hobbies and interests, choose among the broad spectrum of art, literature, science, computers, social science, government, public administration and politics, current affairs, lifestyle, fashion, gadgets, online games. Let me just put that down. This is very important. This is very important. The location. Specific location ha. If it's in Southeast Asia, Philippines, hindi lang basta Philippines or Metro Manila or Quezon City. Kailangan yung specific, where in Quezon City, what part of Quezon City. Okay? Okay, I'll just save. Okay. Next, ito yung income bracket. Yan. Makikita niyo yan sa soft copy ng ng PowerPoint ko. Rich, high income, upper middle income, middle class, lower middle class, low income but not poor, poor. What are the things to consider when you get the income bracket demographics? The subject's occupation, the family's other sources of income, the number of dependents or children, elderly, highest educational attainment of the subject, any intellectual and or mental disabilities of the subject. Okay? Now, here's my Lazada store. Konting advertisement tayo. My name there, my store names there, my store names there is Sage Dawn. Named after Sago and me. Na-advertise ko rin yung mga salon services ng mga kaibigan ko doon. Now, let's practice. Let's choose a topic. For example, milk fish culture industry. Milk fish culture industry is a general topic. Where will you conduct the study? Are you familiar with the location, specifically the community? Can you gain access to real-life interviews from the upper to the lower ranks? And here are more questions to ask. How is milkfish from the Gupan different from other provinces or countries? Do they have a special diet? How clean is the water in which they thrive and breed? How does the community develop and protect their milkfish culture industry? Describe the environment of the community. Are they facing water pollution problems which affects the supply of milkfish? How do the fishermen breed and culture milkfish? How do they protect their waters from pollution? Aside from selling fresh milkfish, how does the community innovate their milkfish industry? What is the government doing to support the barangay or province milkfish industry? How do they develop and replenish their resources? These are the questions that need to be answered. Now, choosing an appropriate title and premise. This is where you will write the outline. If your topic is milkfish, the title must have the Gupan Pangasinan and culturing of milkfish to it. For example, the Gupan Pangasinan and their milkfish industry, its feasibility and sustainability. You now have a title, but you need to narrow down your dissertation with a premise. Based on the data and interviews that you collected, what will your dissertation contain? What is your argument? If you want to talk about the feasibility and sustainability of the milkfish industry in Dagupan, Pangasinan, you must answer the question how. Your title will now change to Dagupan, Pangasinan and their milkfish industry, maintaining its feasibility and sustainability through existing and suggested government regulations. Based on the previous questions, you will collect data and interviews which answer your premise. Yung mga questions mo, dapat batay sa premise ito. Dagupan, Pangasinan and their milkfish industry, maintaining its feasibility and sustainability through existing and suggested government regulations. The outline will start in chronological order. Kailangan yung premise, yung dissertation nyo related sa premise. It answers the premise. Okay? Hindi kayo basta-basta sulat na lang basta. Oh, it's not when you write with discipline, if it's required by a school or by a client, you need to answer the premise. You need to stick to the premise, okay? Anything you will write about is about the premise, okay? The outline will start in chronological order with introduction, backgrounder, premise. Okay, una-una, introduction, backgrounder, premise, either or, and, okay? Scope and limitations of the study. Ano mga kasi nga, hindi dapat malawak yung study nyo. It has to have a scope and limitations. The main highlight of the study, which answers the previous questions, including the interviews from the upper ranks to the lower ranks. And what are the current developments? The foreseeable future. And finally, the conclusion. Okay? To sum it all up, writing is all about planning. Everything to the minuscule and relevant details. I-check nyo yung resources nyo. Innate and physical. Are they available? How will you obtain the innate and physical sources? Kahit will you be able to conduct the interview, or do you need someone to conduct the interview? Ganun. And review, check your work. Okay? Copyright of the video and copyright of this video. Okay. Copyright of this video and PowerPoint presentation. Kindly email me at aw_sikat@yahoo.com should you wish to use my PowerPoint presentations in class. Now we can make arrangements. I can also be your resource speaker for a reasonable fee. Payment must be made via GCash or bank account before sending the PowerPoint presentation and for my attendance as resource speaker. I'm only open to Zoom or other online arrangements. Medyo nahihirapan ako mag-travel kaya online to lahat. Okay? Okay. Kindly send me, for one thing, I don't have a car, my own car. Okay. Masyadong hassle sa akin na mag-commute. Kindly send me the Zoom or other online links before we start. Yan. With your thesis, I could help you write the questions. Yan. This milkfish culture industry specifically interests me. Yeah. If I had the resources, I would do my research. Okay. So that's it. Plan everything to the minuscule and relevant details. Review, check your work. That's it for now. I don't know if I can come up with another creative writing, basics of creative writing, part 3, or I write about copywriting. Kasi it takes quite some effort to think and come up with an outline. I have to go back to, before I can teach copywriting, I have to, it's like introducing copywriting to someone with fresh eyes. Kaya, for me, it may be easy, but for a beginner, it may not be, okay? So that's it for now. Okay, that concludes, that wraps up our Basics of Creative Writing 2 class short course. Okay? Till then, I hope to see you soon. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until then, kamayos ka amigas. Bye!